Good morning, my lovelies. How wonderful to see you all. How are we? Are we having a good week, or are we having a bad week, or what's happening, or are we just pleased it's Friday? I'm pleased it's Friday, even though it's rather grey and miserable, and I don't think the weather's this weekend is going to be very nice. But hey, never mind. It is what it is. So hopefully you have all had great, productive weeks, and life is, I don't like to say getting back to normal, because it's clearly not getting back to normal, because we don't actually know what normal is anymore. But hopefully, now that lockdown is sort of coming to an end, up to a point, hopefully, as long as there's no more spikes, then things are getting back to how they were. We're now able to go and get our nails done, which is wonderful, and our hair done, which is fabulous as far as us ladies are concerned anyhow. But also our businesses, how are they? What's happening with them? Are our sales starting to come back? Are our clients starting to come back? Or are we actually busier than we've ever been before? I'm busier now than I've ever been before, which is fine. It's fine because I'm beginning to get it under control. I'm outsourcing huge amounts of my work, and I found a brilliant VA, which is fabulous. Selena Johnson, thank you so much. You're an absolute flipping star. And working with two of her team now, which is going to be amazing. So it gives me more time to concentrate on my business, or in my business, and working really, really hard on it, and working what's the most important thing that I want to do? How do I want to engage my clients, etc. And do put a comment in the comment box, otherwise I can't see who you are. I'd love to see who you are, and thank you so much for joining me. So today we're going to be talking about cash flow forecasts and our numbers and why they're so important. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Hetty Verney, and I've been an accountant for 20-something years now, way too long to even mention the numbers. But what I do is I help small business owners make more profit, keep more money in their pockets, yay, and really understand their numbers. Because, hey Mandy, morning. I think it is absolutely imperative that anybody who runs a business understands their numbers. And that doesn't just mean looking at your profit and loss and saying, oh yeah, fine, that's where my turnover is, and those are what I'm spending my expenses on. It's actually working out what your ratios are. Ratios sound a bit like something that we might have learned at school when we were doing our maths, which can be a little bit scary, but actually they give us so much information. They work as, good morning, Phyllis, how lovely to see you. Our numbers give us so much information, and as an accountant, they give me so much information so that I can really help you work on where it is that you are in your business, where you're trying to work to get to. But anyhow, let's go back to cash flows and how these can help you. So I'm hoping that you all do your own cash flows. How often do you do them? Do you do them? Do you get your accountant to do them? What happens? How do you work it? It used to be that people always thought the cash flow forecast or financial forecast, whichever, was just for huge, great, big multinational corporations. But actually, they're valuable for any business. And at the moment, for small businesses, I think it is just absolutely imperative. I try to, well, I do one for myself anyhow every couple of weeks. I'm a little bit obsessive about it. But I try to get my clients to do them. I don't want to do them for them. I want them to do them themselves, because then they understand their numbers themselves. And I think it's really important. So what can a cash flow forecast actually help you with? It can help you plan out how much you expect to be making in sales, but also it can tell you how much you have made in sales in the last however long you're doing it for, you're going back to. It can also get you to plan out how much you expect to spend in costs. Understanding where your business, your cash will come from, and where it'll come into your bank account. Hi Tanya, lovely to see you. And understand where your money is going each month. And it is absolutely imperative that you understand that. Once you've got this cash flow forecast, you can work out what your gross profit percentage is. You can work out what your return on in your investment is. You can work out all of your KPIs, which sound as though they should be for big corporations, but they're so not. And they're so easy to work out. I have I now have actually, I used to be able to obviously be doing it all on my own on Excel spreadsheets, but now I have the most amazing software which I offer to my clients at a reporting platform so that they can work out exactly what their percentages are and what they mean to them. And if they increase their sales by 5%, then what happens to their profit? And if they decrease their prices by 2%, then what's going to happen to their profit, etc. So it's hugely useful. And once you've got all of this knowledge, then you're going to be able to make the decisions in your business. So some of the questions that I got asked about the cash flow forecast and what it can do to help you is, one, it can help you if you're going to be starting to make a new product, or offer a new service. Is it going to be worth it? Can I do this? Is it going to cost me too much? Can I actually afford to do it? Can I start selling in a different country? I've just had that from a client. If I start selling in a different country, how much is it going to cost me? So we worked out all the figures on it. Can you afford to recruit a new member of staff if that's what you need to do? Or could you afford to take on a VA to help you do whatever it is so that you can start concentrating on what you're best at, what you're best at doing? Can you outsource some of your day-to-day work? Are you with a VA or whoever it happens to be? Do you need more space for your business? Do you need more room to run your therapy clinic? Because you've got a new member of staff moving in, do you need bigger spaces, things like that? And also, more than anything else, especially at the moment, are you at risk of running out of cash? Do you need to work out if you need some funding? And if so, when are you going to need it? Do you need it this month, next month, or actually in 6 months' time? It's so hopeful. Hey, Viv, it's lovely to see you. So you can do your cash flow forecast as far in advance as you want to. But what I do at the moment, or what I advise to most of my clients to try and do, Tanya, I hope you're listening to this, is to set one up for the next 6 months. Because none of us really know what's going to be happening within the next 6 months. But if we can plan roughly, at least we can know what our expenses are going to be, and therefore how much, what sales we're going to need in order to be able to pay for those expenses, then this is going to make a huge difference. So how do you do a cash flow forecast? Well, you can do it on Excel spreadsheets, but also there are a huge amount of apps out there at the moment. There's Float, there's Futurely, there's Fluidly, there's Spotlight Reporting, there's all sorts of things. If you're using a cloud accounting system like QBO or Xero or anything like that, then the majority of them will integrate with them, so they will pick up your information directly from your cloud accounting system, pop it into their little app, big app actually, and it will then work out exactly what your forecast is. So then you can ask it what if questions. If I increase my prices by 5%, what's this going to do to my costs? What's this going to do to my variable costs? What's this going to do to my fixed costs? Sorry, this is sounding really boring, I've just realized. But good, Tanya, loud and clear, fantastic. Let's get you onto your cash flow forecast. Let's get it sorted, okay? But also, most of these apps, they've got 14 or 30-day free trials. They're absolutely fantastic. I use Fluidly for mine. And for my larger clients, I use Fluidly on probably a fortnightly basis at the moment, just to make sure that we're doing everything that we want to. So we make sure that our cloud accounting system is up to date, because obviously it is... no, you can't actually do it within Xero, although Xero do have something now called, I think it's called Small Business Insights or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Something like Small Business Insights. So you can get certain information, but you have to make sure that your Xero is completely up to date. So if you haven't reconciled everything in your Xero account, first of all, and made sure that everything is coded in the correct place, then it's going to give you rubbish information. So you've got to make sure that the information it's going to pick up is correct. And then to be able to do that, you've obviously got to make sure that your Xero or your QBO or whichever it happens to be is running properly. So what can you do? What can you do now to sort this out? So you can either sign up to one of the apps. As I said, there's Float, Futurely, Fluidly, Spotlight Reporting, And the majority of them have got 14, 30-day trials. You can try them out, see what they're like. As I say, I use Fluidly, and I find it absolutely brilliant. It's so user-friendly, and I'm so untechy, as all of you probably know on here, actually, that it has to be able to work really simply for me. And it does, and it's reliable, and you can ask it what if questions, as I said, but have a look at those. Otherwise, I have a spreadsheet, a cash flow forecast spreadsheet. Sorry, I've got a helicopter going over us. I have a cash flow forecast spreadsheet, which I would be more than happy to send you all out. It's incredibly simple. It's got all the instructions of how to complete it, and you can do it sort of the way that I've got my clients to do it at the moment. Is we do the last 6 months actual figures, and then we do the next 6 months as forecast figures. Now, they are forecast. They are not set in stone by any manner of means. They can change. If you do it more than 6, 8 months, 9 months, something like that, then things are going to be not quite so accurate, obviously. So if anybody would like one of the spreadsheets with the cash flow forecast on it, I'm more than happy to send it, but put your either contact me or put the notes in your message in the comments here. Otherwise, have a look at one of these apps. It will open your eyes to what you're spending. It will open your eyes to what you're taking in. It's all very well looking at your bank account, but if you've got this, you know that, okay, fine, my phone bill for the last 6 months has been £50, say. So for the next 6 months, it's probably going to be, roughly speaking, the same amount. Do I need to budget? Do I need to increase that by 5%, 2%, 3%, whatever it happens to be? But if you need any help completing cash flow and making sure that you keep up with it, it's all very well doing it once and looking at it thinking, oh, I've done it, I'm quite clever, wonderful. Yes, that's brilliant, but you need to keep it up. So you need to make it part of your, in my case, your Friday admin. Viv, I will send it to you. I'll message it to you or email it to you. So either on when I do it as on a Friday, when I'm going through all of my debtors, my creditors, my bank reconciliations, my profit allocations for my profit first, all of that. I also have a quick look at my cash flow and see whether my actuals are now correct, because I've come to the end of a month, and whether I need to adjust my forecast going forward. And again, it's one of those things that you get done and it gets over and done with and finished so you can enjoy your weekend. To me, is terribly important. So if any of you got any questions about cash flow forecasts, do you really need one? Should I do one? Yes, you should. Anyone who's running a small business should be doing a cash flow. So please ask me any questions. I'm here to help. Please, I will send it. Viv, I will send yours out to you today. Not a problem at all. And if anybody's got any questions, please do ask me. Have a fabulous rest of the day, an amazing weekend, and I will hopefully see you all next Friday. Thank you so much. Bye all. Love you lots.